Alzheimer's disease is a really bad thing, but they got a drug for it now. The drug is used, and Medicare will cover it. 65 and older, Medicare will cover it. Under 65, it comes out of your pocket, and they are finding people are in their 20s developing Alzheimer's. Ouch. Or maybe it was common without realizing it was common until you start having a lot of people going to their doctors and saying, I'm losing my mind. Literally, physically, you're losing your mind. It's not going, you're going to go bonkers, but you're forgetting how to do things like drive a car, turn on the ignition, stop at stop signs. Right. Forget, remember your potty training? It's like, oh, you better know it. You better know it. Well, that's one of the reasons people dump their parents in a wheelchair. They were in a wheelchair. They roll them into a hospital and never see them again because mommy and daddy are not there any longer. Same thing in an airport or bus terminal or train terminal. You're rolling your mother or father into a terminal because you can no longer control them. And they're not lucid enough to recognize their own name. You have to remove all the ID, you roll them into, say, an airport, and you walk away. And now the state takes care of them. Yeah. Or your child is children. One of the things about Medicare taking care of psychotic drugs is at a certain point your child is no longer controllable, and it is not unusual you take your child and leave them somewhere in another city. You drive to another city and you walk into a hospital, have them sit down, and you leave them there. Or the parking lot of a police station, and you leave them there. And they can become one of the street kids that they may not remember where they came from. Hopefully they don't remember where they came from. Somebody once said that how Hitler filled his army ranks up was the mentally challenged children became SS and Gestapo officers. And wars used to do is you take your mentally challenged people and you give them a uniform and a rifle and charge. Oh no, you make them generals, or in our case, a president. It's like, oh God. Oh, did anybody do an evaluation of our 35th president? If he was mentally stable to take over that position? We know that he wasn't, but yes, they're finding Alzheimer's also controls the person's emotions, and those drugs can be used to control a person as going to that stage. Because in Alzheimer's, you start losing your reason for doing things. You can be calm and very peaceful and jolly 1 second, and you can take the glass and throw it at somebody the next second. So the same drugs that are used to control a person's emotions and mental state can be used to control your son's mental state. And well, if over 65, Alzheimer's drugs are paid for by the government. Under 65, it's costly.